Hey there YouTubes, I thought I'd make another quick video, this time looking at crafting in the secret world. So first, we're going to open up my inventory. For those of you whose inventory looks different than this, I did make a video on organizing your inventory, so that might be helpful. I've got a bunch of windows sorted out so that I can keep things sort of sorted in their place. So for crafting, you hit Y to hotkey toggle open your assembly tool. You can do this anywhere. And basically how it works is that you have a grid of 5 columns by 4 rows, and whenever you want to make something, you put a pattern of materials into this assembly grid and then use the appropriate kit if it requires a kit and hit assemble and you get your items. So the first thing I'd like to start with is one of the things that I find most useful at low level, and that is extra energy drink healing potions. So I'm going to grab some of those. I'm going to split one off, and splitting one off is shift left click and then you can choose what you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of these and I'm going to put it in disassemble to show you how that works, and hit disassemble. And now what it's done is that it is broken that healing potion into its component parts, and that healing potion was made out of base dust. And to make a potion in this game, you put your materials in this pattern to make this kind of icon of what a bottle might look like. So now if I want to make more of those, I can click on this vendor. I'm in the sheriff station in Kingsmouth, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out some consumable toolkits, and consumable toolkits appear to be the only toolkits you can buy, so I'm going to buy one for 100. That's my quality level 1. It's the cheapest one. And then I'm going to take that toolkit and put it here, and now you can see everything has turned green, and if I hit assemble, I get 3 energy drink healings. So basically I disassembled one and then used a 100 coin kit to turn it into 3. So this is a quick way to disassemble, throw in a kit, assemble, turn it into 3. So now my stack is back up to quite a bit of these. So now I've got 6. And so that's one quick and easy way to get into crafting, is disassemble one potion that you like, throw in a 100 coin cheap kit, and turn it into 3 potions. Really great for the healing potions. So what about the other stuff? What other things can we do? Well, basically crafting is broken down like this. You have a series of elements. You've got water, dust, fire, and metal. And these are used to make weapons and talismans, and also some potions. When you mouse over water, it says it's used to add health and structure. So the fact that it says it adds health, and dust adds healing, and fire adds attack, these are the 3 that you use for talismans. And if you've played the game a bit, you notice that talismans come in 3 flavors. Ones with really high health, ones with lower health but a decent amount of attack rating, and ones with lower health but a decent amount of heal rating, which makes your heals better. So if you mouse over water, it says it adds health. That makes a high health talisman. If you mouse over dust, it says it adds healing. That makes a healing rating talisman. And if you mouse over fire, it says it adds attack. That makes a high attack rating talisman. So if we take one of these talismans, this one has 79 health and 52 attack rating. So it has a nice, decent attack rating. So if I throw it over here and disassemble it, you can see it comes up in a different pattern than when we disassembled the other things. This is the pattern that you use for the type of talisman that we just destroyed, which was an occult talisman. And if I click this little button, it'll jettison that into my main inventory. So you can use this to destroy your lower quality stuff and get the reagents that you need to build higher quality stuff. So let's say we want to make something like an assault rifle. Well, all of your weapons are made out of metal. So the prefix toolkits, which make glyphs for adding stats to weapons and talismans, and the talisman toolkits and the weapon toolkits, and then I believe there's also suffix toolkits. Those are all drops out in the world, and you have to get the drop with the right quality to build your stuff. So if I want to, say, take one of my quality level 1 weapon toolkits, and I'm going to split one of those off and throw it over here. And let's say I want to make an assault rifle, but I'm not sure what the pattern is. You can either disassemble an assault rifle that you don't need and see what a pattern it creates, or you can look it up on the internet. There's a couple of people, Azure Blaze and Sir Zach, who made a good Google Documents guide to crafting. So if I hit B to open up my in-game browser and go crafting FAQ Google Docs, then the top thing that comes up is the Secret World Crafting FAQ Google Docs. And if I click on that, they made a nice low graphic guide to how to make things, including all the patterns. So if I look here, an assault rifle has all 5 and then basically a couple of little handles coming off of it. So this is one way that you can just quickly look up what you need. So if I go back to my inventory, I see that I've got 7 base metal. If I didn't have base metal, what I could do is either destroy something up here, like let's say I got this chaos focus that I don't need, I can disassemble that. That'll show me what the chaos focus pattern is. Or I can just take this metal and change it into the pattern for an assault rifle. And you can see there that as soon as I put that final piece in for the assault rifle, this area turned green, but it's orange here, showing that it needs a toolkit. So if I put a toolkit over there, now that turns green and the button lights up. And if I hit a symbol, nothing happens. Well, usually if that's the case, then what it's asking for is a different quality level. Basically, the quality level of the material doesn't match the quality level required by the toolkit. So if I take that out and mouse over it, I see that it wants imperfect quality materials, and I've only got base materials here. So that's not going to fly. You upgrade materials by putting a stack of 5 of them in there. You can see it turned green. I hit a symbol, and I get a piece out. But turns out I don't have enough here. But I do know that I have some energy drink barriers, and the energy drink barriers are made out of metal. So I am going to disassemble those and get myself a bunch of metal. And here's where things get ugly with this game. As you can see that stacks and unstackings really get out of control quick when you're doing a lot of creation of stuff here. But I'm going to stack up a bunch of this base metal, and let's see, 30, that should be enough for now. I'm going to throw it in there, and you'll see that I hit a symbol, it makes one. If I hit a symbol again, it kicks that one out to here and puts another one there. So if I just go a symbol, a symbol, a symbol, it will give me a bunch of imperfect metal that I can then throw back in. And I have a couple more over here. For the handles. So that's turned green. Now I've got the right pattern again. And now I've got my tool kit. Get that out of the way. And so now everything's green again, and we'll see if it works now. Boom, it worked. So there you go. I had the right quality of metal, and I had the right pattern, and I had the right tool kit, and I made an assault rifle. And that's how the crafting works here. So I gave you a couple examples, how to make an assault rifle, and how to make some healing potions. And that's pretty much the key thing. If I had enough runes to make some glyphs and enough of the right quality of prefix toolkits, I could show you how to add glyphs, but that's basically you put your weapon in here. If you have a prefix glyph, you would put it in front of it, like if this was a glyph, you could put it there and then hit combine, and you would add that glyph to the weapon on the right. If you also had a suffix, you could put that on there and hit a symbol. And so this would go from a normal assault rifle to, say, a devastating assault rifle. And it could even go to a devastating assault rifle of devastation, or, you know, something like that. And that's how you add glyphs to things. Though that doesn't require a toolkit, I don't believe. Alright, I think I've babbled on about enough, and that should give you a good idea. Again, I can't recommend enough Azure Blazes and Sir Zach's Google document guide. It's really well done and works well in the in-game browser. So go ahead and give that a try if you get stuck anywhere. And I hope this helped. Bye.